Hey guys, let me restart my clock here. What I would like to do here is go ahead and show you how to build a square um, pretty easily, and it's going to make our lives a little easier when we're trying to build our objects. I believe I've shown this to you in one of the other videos, but this is really kind of dedicated to just the different ways of building a square, and probably the easiest one of all. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and add a new sheet to our document, add a new page to our document, or let's call it a sketch file. So we'll just go ahead and click on, let me walk you through that a little slower. We'll click on File, Document Options, Add Page, and then we can add a duplicate page out of any of our documents running in the background, which I have all three of these running in the background as is indicated here, and I can copy any of those pages into this document, or I can copy this page onto another page in this document, or I can simply add a blank page, which is what I want to do. So now you'll notice that tabs have popped up down here, and they allow you to tab between the pages of your sketch file. Pretty cool. So of course, we all probably know that you can build a square in a couple of different ways. You can build a circle. I believe this might very well be the way that some of the labs, or some of the learning labs, or whatever you want to call them, have said to do in the past. So basically what we want to do here is we want to build a point. Let's go ahead and just use that point. We can turn it and do whatever we want with it in a minute. So let's select those 2 points and then construct a line, and then just sort of for purposes of making it easier to look at, kind of level it out, and then we would select that line and these 2 points and ask for perpendicular lines to be constructed. Then we could highlight the circle and one of our lines, the one that is in the intersection. We could construct that intersection. Then we could do that again, except for this time with just that new line and our point, and ask for a perpendicular to be constructed. And now we have a square constructed by pretty conventional standards. So that's one way of doing it. Now we have our points, our intersections marked. We can just hide everything else off except for those intersections. And hide path objects. There we go. Then simply go around our square in order and ask for segments. It builds us a square. That's one way of doing it. Of course, you know that you can also do it in several ways, but probably the easiest one so far that I've found anyway is this new tool that I discovered. I hope many of you probably already have discovered the same one. But if you click here on this custom tool button, this object, this triangular object pointing to the right, and the 3 dots, which I haven't really figured out what that symbology is representative of, but anyway, it brings up this drop down menu. And if this example tools option is grayed out, as my tool folder is grayed out here. If that is grayed out in your version of Sketchpad, you just have to go here to choose tool folder and select the place where you want your tools to be stored. I keep mine in one on my desktop called Geometry Sketchpad, and then a subfolder called Tools. So anyway, I don't need to do that. I've already built mine, but that's how you would build yours. Let's scoot that out of the way. And by the way, I'm shifting that with my mouse wheel, but my mouse wheel, possibly yours does too, not only runs up and down, which I am rolling the mouse wheel to relocate my view by rolling, and then my mouse wheel can be pushed to the right or left, and that side pans. So anyway, now we can go to this tool called square given two vertices, and there are other kind of cool things in here, but this is probably the one that's most useful for this project. We'll do square given two vertices, and voila, we get a square, which is certainly the fastest way, although it's sort of a leap of faith, but it's definitely the fastest way to build a square. And the cool thing about it is, surprisingly enough, you can actually just simply delete that interior, and it doesn't make the square go away, which was really cool when I figured that out, because I had gotten very accustomed to anytime at any time when I deleted something, then about 100 things would disappear. So anyway, this is built as a durable object. You can manipulate it all you want. It doesn't fall apart, and that is probably just geek speak for cool. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and stop this video there and move on to the next steps.